Hi, this is Dave Philippi with FabCAD, and I want to show you the latest features of our AutoRail 8, which will be FabCAD 2015, and for those of you who have FabCAD 2014, this will be an upgrade option for you. And so, really excited about all the new features we have. So let's just start with just drawing a horizontal rail and just show you exactly what is new in the product. So, first of all, you have direct access to the Customize box from the dialog box when you first open the program. So I'm going to import a template, and one of the things we have now is the ability to create a coped pipe railing with the right length, the pre-coped length of the piece before you cope it. A lot of requests for that, so we added that to the program. So I'll click next. You'll notice when the next dialog box comes up, it's a lot different than the one we had before. And you click on and you pick your different shapes and sizes here. You can copy one shape from one to the other by clicking this button here. All your options for your post connections are all right here. Your post spacing options are all right here. And then your slope, if you have a slope, you can put that down here. And you have a label. It automatically labels each railing as you go in case you choose not to do that. And then when I click draw, pick a point, you'll see here that the railing extends into the post, allowing for a pre-coped dimension for your length of your pipe. Now, if you want to make it look like the pipe's coping over top of the post, we added a command to this AutoRail. It's called Rail Wipeout. This is pretty cool. I just go over here and just cross through that, and it's like an automatic wipeout command. See that? That's cool. The data is still, the lines for the posts are still there. It's just visually, it just shows the piece overlapping. We also have it so it even does curved stuff. I'll show you on the gate program how it can wipe out curved areas, which you can't even do that with AutoCAD. So this is our wipeout, which is our version of AutoCAD's wipeout command. Now, how are we able to extend these pieces into the post like this? Well, in the Customize box, I'll go in here, and under Pipe, you notice we have all these nomenclature. We have the OTD, the post top distance for the top bar, and then the picket top distance, which is the ITD, and the gap nomenclature OTD from the top of the post to the top of the top bar, and the top of the picket to the top of the top bar with the ITD. You notice H down here at the bottom, that gives you the distance. So if you want to stop this bottom bar or whatever it is to the post, you put 0.25 as your H coefficient, or if you want to lap over top, you put a minus figure. So what we did here, we go back to the Customize again, is we created a coped pipe. The diameter, we have OTD for the top too, so the top, you can see over here, the top is coped as well. And then we have the H coefficient, which we have minus 0.375, and you can make that, that's for 3/8 overlap. Some coping requires 5/16, so you can just change this H coefficient to whatever it is that your coping die is set, and then you can do it that way. Now, if you have a lug assembly and you want to set the horizontal bars away from the post, let me show you a fence we did. And click draw, and draw again, pick a point. And here, it stops short. Okay, so we go to the, I'll show you that one. Now we go to the Customize Material and go to the square tube. If you go down here, you'll see the 2.5 inch, we set the H for a 0.5. Okay. Now, some other neat stuff. Stair rail program. We've got all kinds of cool stuff here. So, I'm going to import a template first. You see over here on the left, we have a place where you can check for posts, bottom rails. You can uncheck the bottom rails, uncheck the pickets. So you can just have a post and top bar, and you can also have we can add a grab bar. So let me just import a template. And I'm going to do a let's just do a stair. Here's a stair and stringer rail, and let's see. We go into here, and you'll see we've added a grab bar. See that? And you just fill in all the coefficients there, and then you click next. And here you have all your other settings for your, your coping and how you set your post and your. Let's just put 0. Let's set on a setting on a stringer. Up here are your other components, and then I pick a point, and then pick top bar. There's the cut list, and there you have a grab bar built in. Here again, I'll use the rail wipeout to show the top bar in front. Is that cool? All right, go do rail wipeout here. All right, there it is. Now, you notice here, rail 2 has been automatically labeled. Rail 1 is automatically labeled. You can also opt for your cut list. Let me go in there and show you some of the features we have there. Now, customized bill of material. We have the legacy, which is each piece has its own cut list. You can do a bill of materials for all of the assemblies drawn together, but you'd probably want to use piece marks too, so you can keep track of all that, particularly if you have a lot of rails. You'd have a huge list. And then you have a bill of materials that lists under assemblies headings, so you can reuse piece marks here. There's other options for that. So if I click OK there, and then go back here and do a bill of materials update, okay, it'll update. So I'm going to pick the new cut list, and here I have a unified cut list. Rail 1, fence 1, rail 2. So let me do a gate. So I'll go to the gate program, and I'll import a template, and I'll do a standard gate. Click OK, and click draw. Here again we have, it looks pretty familiar. And then you have your gate leaf width and all your different information that you want to put in here. Same thing that you have each time, because when you click on vertical picket, you get your option of using even or odd, setting your gaps and all that good stuff, okay, under each one of these items. I click draw. I'm going to use the default. Pick a point. It draws the gate. Okay, it takes a little longer because what it's doing, it's automatically generating the cut list and adding it to the main cut list. So now it's done. You don't have to pick a point. So I go over here, and now we have added gate 1 to our unified cut list. Is that cool or what? So now we have rail 2, fence 1, rail 1. And all of these are labeled. So you can apply, everything's labeled, so it's all totally automated now. Makes it real cool. So now, here we got a curved piece. So I go up and pick the rail wipeout command. Pick this one. This one. That cool? And I've wiped out. You can still see the picket underneath, but it even does curved sections. Now the way we're doing it actually is we're creating multiple lines, small lines, so you can see it. So you make sure if you're going to do any arc lengths, you do that before you do the wipeout command. So what I want to do now is show you some other features. I'm going to go in horizontal rail here, and I'm going to import a template, and I'll just do 1 1/4" tube rail. Now let's just say one of the nice things you can do now is you can put a secondary top rail different than your actual top rail. So let's say I want to use a piece of channel here, and I want to do a 1/2 by 1 1/4" channel, which will line up with our 1 1/4" square tube. Okay, so the offset distance here is, say we're going to make it 6 inches. All right, and then I want to copy this and create a secondary bottom rail that does the same thing. Okay, that cool? And everything else I'll leave the same. I click OK. I click draw. Oh, the bottom rail offset. So let's go in here. The bottom rail offset. Let's make that 5. Click OK. Click draw. Pick a point. It draws a rail. Gives me the cut list. All right. So now I have a channel, And here again, I can use that old trusty wipeout command here and block out the channel so you can see. But down here, we have pieces of channel, and we've got the tubing, so we have a secondary top bar that's different than the primary one. Okay, so let's go back to the stair rail, and I'm going to show you a few other features. So I'm going to import a template, and let's do post and top bar only. So I'll click on this, and you notice over here on the left we've unchecked all of this stuff. We just put in the dimensions for our top bar and post only, and then I'm just going to click draw, pick a point, and say I want to put it on this stair here, and on this stair here, and on this stair here, and then right click. It drops into post and adds it to the cut list right here automatically. It automatically labels it. Okay, now you can also put your own label in, obviously, and if you want to make this look a little fancy, you can wipe out this here too and have your post going through your step there. Other options with the stair rail program. Let me go ahead and import a template. We have one in here called wall mount rail. So all we have now is just a wall mount railing, and we're showing the steps along with it. So I click next. So you have your dimensions here. So you set the height from the nose, you set your height from the floor, you set how much of extension that you want top and bottom. And you can turn those off, lower break here, upper break there, okay. And then I click next, and I click draw, pick a point, and it's going to draw the steps, the handrail, and add that to the cut list. So there's your grab bar. And down here we have our Schedule 40 pipe with the cut list and all the angle cuts and everything right here. Okay, isn't that cool? One more demo on the stair rail. Let's do this import template. We have a 2-line coped pipe rail. Click OK. And we just click next. And here we have a coped pipe setup to do this. Click draw, pick a point, and it'll draw and show the copes on the diagonal as well, and adds to the cut list. So rail number 4, there's rail number 4 there in the list with all your cuts, your angles. Okay. Also, when we go to units, and the angle cuts, we want the precision to be, say, 1.0. So we can, when I do a bill of materials update, it'll change the angle cuts to add the extra decimal. See that? So now you have it, the extra decimal, if you're in that particular club. And you notice you can set all your dimensioning to the nearest 16th, 32nd, whatever one you work to. Just let me show you a few things to do with the fence program. Let me import a template here, and let's do a fence with circles. If you have not created any templates yourself, then you can add these templates to your particular drawing and just use the default settings, and it'll draw fences with spears and circles, and it's adding it to the cut list right now. So there's your, you'll have to explode it and add another circle on the end here, but look at that, it's got them all in there ready to go. Save you a whole lot of time there. Okay, and it adds it to, here's your fence with 17 spear circles. Those are blocks. We've created a finial actually with an insertion point that has a circle and a finial built in. Just that's all it is. Real easy to do. So in the Customize box, if you have a server and you want to put your settings on the server drive, so everybody can access the same templates and the same settings. The default is obviously the C drive, but you can click the Browse button here and browse to whatever drive your server is located. Make sure all your files are located on that server before you do that, and then every time that you export settings or export a template, it'll go to the server and everybody shares the same data. So that saves any extra programming. So that's built into the new release. So if you want the new menu with the rail wipeout, we can arrange that for you. Also, notice we have a viewports one in here. So when I click on A size, if I were to just erase this, I could automatically get my viewports window up here. I could do say 2 viewports, and let's say I want to do horizontal, and then just click. So we've added that to our menu bar also. If you have any other questions about our new features, please don't hesitate to give us a call or email us. Take care. Bye.